As we age, our bodies begin to change in subtle yet significant ways. And perhaps one of the most underestimated aspects of that change is how we sleep. For many seniors, sleep becomes a nightly struggle. What was once a restful escape now turns into tossing, turning, and waking up more tired than before they went to bed. But while most people blame poor sleep on stress, diet, or just getting older, chiropractors are now sounding the alarm on something far more specific and surprisingly fixable: the way you position your body during sleep. Yes, your sleeping position, the very way you lay your body for hours each night, could be quietly wreaking havoc on your spine, your joints, and your overall well-being, especially after age 60. The truth is, as we get older, the discs between our vertebrae lose hydration and flexibility, our muscles become less forgiving, and the ligaments that support spinal alignment weaken. This means that our bodies no longer have the same ability to rebound from poor posture or awkward positioning. One of the biggest culprits chiropractors point to is sleeping on your stomach, a position that millions of people find comforting and familiar, but which, over time, can completely misalign the cervical spine, compress nerves, and strain the lower back in ways that lead to chronic pain and stiffness. Imagine lying in that position for 6 or 7 hours a night, every night for years. Your head is turned to one side, putting rotational strain on the neck, while your lower back is often hyperextended, especially if you sleep without proper support under your abdomen or pelvis. The results may not show up immediately, but the damage accumulates slowly and can lead to sciatica, disc herniation, pinched nerves, headaches, and even digestive issues due to increased pressure on internal organs. And the worst part? Most people don't realize that their sleep posture is the root cause. They chase relief through massages, painkillers, and even surgery without ever addressing the one simple change that could make all the difference: correcting their sleep position. Chiropractors report that when their senior patients simply switch from stomach sleeping to a more neutral position, typically side sleeping with a pillow between the knees or back sleeping with a slight elevation of the legs, the results can be dramatic. Not only does spinal alignment improve, but sleep quality often returns, pain decreases, and morning stiffness becomes a thing of the past. But breaking the habit of a lifetime is not easy. Many older adults have slept in the same position for decades, and asking them to change it overnight can feel impossible. That's why experts recommend gradual adjustments, such as placing a body pillow to make stomach sleeping uncomfortable or using a special cervical pillow to support proper neck alignment if you sleep on your back or side. These small tweaks retrain the brain and body over time, leading to healthier sleep without the shock of immediate change. Another factor that complicates sleep posture in seniors is the condition of the mattress and pillow. Older mattresses that have lost their supportiveness can exaggerate bad sleep posture, while the wrong type of pillow can create awkward angles that push the neck out of alignment. Chiropractors emphasize that a good mattress should support the natural curves of your body without sagging, and pillows should keep your head aligned with your spine, not pushed forward or tilted. And yet, even with the right mattress and pillow, if your habitual position remains harmful, you'll continue to wake up sore and tired. So the key message from chiropractors is clear: pay attention to your body signals. If you wake up with neck pain, shoulder tension, lower back discomfort, or even headaches, don't just assume it's aging. It could very well be your sleeping position slowly wearing down your body's ability to recover. In fact, many seniors who switch positions report improved digestion, fewer nighttime awakenings, and more energy during the day, all because their body finally gets a chance to rest in a supportive, neutral alignment. Think of sleep not just as rest, but as a form of therapy. Every night, your body works to repair and reset itself. And if you're in a twisted, compressed, or strained posture for those crucial hours, you're robbing yourself of that healing opportunity. The spine is central to everything in your body. It's not just a stack of bones, but a delicate highway of nerves, muscles, and soft tissues that affect every organ and system. So even a slight misalignment during sleep can send ripple effects throughout your entire physiology. That's why chiropractors take sleep posture so seriously. They know that it's often the hidden culprit behind complaints like hip pain, restless leg syndrome, numb fingers, or even jaw tightness in the morning. And because sleep is such a routine part of our lives, the damage compounds silently unless corrected. But the good news is that this is one of the most fixable problems in the entire spectrum of spinal health. Unlike conditions that require medication or invasive treatment, poor sleep posture can be reversed with mindfulness, simple equipment, and consistency. Just like you wouldn't sit hunched over a desk for 8 hours without expecting some pain, you shouldn't lay your body in a harmful position night after night and hope to feel good in the morning. There's so much more to explore about how your nighttime habits impact your daily pain levels and mobility, especially as we move into what chiropractors say is the ideal sleeping setup for aging spines, and how small shifts in bedding, pillows, and evening routines can set you on a path to long-term relief. When chiropractors evaluate the long-term effects of sleeping posture on seniors, they aren't just looking at the spine in isolation. They're looking at a complex system of interconnected muscles, joints, nerves, and even organs that respond to how the body is positioned for hours at a time. The wrong posture can trigger a cascade of issues, from impaired blood flow and nerve impingement to joint compression and facial tightness. This is especially critical for individuals over 60, because the body's ability to repair soft tissue damage declines with age, meaning that nightly stress and strain accumulate rather than heal. That's why so many seniors experience that familiar morning ritual of groaning out of bed, stretching stiff limbs, and struggling to get their balance in the first few moments of the day. It's not just the years passing by. It's the result of the body being trapped in poor alignment during what should be a period of rejuvenation. Chiropractors emphasize that spinal hygiene is just as important as brushing your teeth or eating well. And one of the central aspects of that hygiene is how your spine is cradled while you sleep. A misaligned neck from poor pillow support can lead to chronic headaches, while an unsupported lumbar region can cause sharp lower back pain that interferes with walking, standing, and even digestion. Many people are unaware that the position of their pelvis during sleep can influence their hip joints and sciatic nerve pathway, which means improper positioning can lead to not just morning discomfort, but full-blown pain that interferes with everyday life. For stomach sleepers in particular, chiropractors note a troubling pattern of lumbar hyperextension, which is when the lower back curves excessively due to the body's weight pressing down into the mattress without support beneath the hips. Over time, this compresses the discs and squeezes nerves, leading to burning sensations, numbness, or tingling that can radiate into the legs or feet. What makes this so concerning is that many seniors already face degenerative disc disease and spinal stenosis, and sleeping in harmful positions only accelerates these conditions. Yet so few people are taught to examine their sleeping habits the way they might look at their diet or exercise routines. Chiropractors often find themselves in the role of educators, teaching older adults how small changes, such as placing a firm pillow beneath the knees while lying on the back or using a rolled towel to support the natural neck curve, can transform sleep from a painful experience to a restorative one. One important concept that often gets overlooked is the idea of spinal neutrality. This doesn't mean laying stiff as a board, but rather maintaining the spine's natural curves, a gentle inward curve at the lower back, a slight outward curve in the mid-back, and another inward curve at the neck. When these curves are respected during sleep, the vertebrae stay in healthy alignment, muscles can relax fully, and the nervous system can operate without interference. Unfortunately, positions like stomach sleeping force the neck into extreme rotation and flatten the lumbar curve entirely, which is why chiropractors urge seniors to rethink this habit with urgency. But switching to side or back sleeping isn't enough on its own. It has to be done correctly. For side sleepers, for instance, Not placing a pillow between the knees can cause the top leg to pull the spine out of alignment, leading to hip and lower back strain. And for back sleepers, elevating the head too much can push the chin forward, flattening the neck curve and creating tension in the shoulders. That's why chiropractors recommend orthopedic pillows that cradle the head while supporting the neck's natural arch, and firm but forgiving mattresses that distribute weight evenly without sagging. Some even suggest adjustable beds that allow for customized elevation of the legs and torso to reduce pressure on sensitive joints. Beyond physical adjustments, chiropractors also address the behavioral component of sleep posture. Many seniors are resistant to change simply because the way they sleep feels comforting and familiar, even if it's harmful. That's why gradual modifications are more sustainable. For example, someone used to sleeping on their stomach might begin by sleeping in a 3/4 turn position with a body pillow supporting the torso, which reduces the spinal strain while still feeling somewhat familiar. Over time, as the body adjusts, full side or back sleeping becomes more natural. In fact, the body often starts to prefer these new positions once the benefits, less pain, better sleep, improved mobility, begin to manifest. There's also a psychological component to this. Poor sleep posture often correlates with disrupted sleep cycles, which in turn affect mood, memory, and even immune function. Chiropractors point out that many of their senior patients experience improved emotional regulation, sharper cognition, and better energy levels simply from sleeping in healthier positions. This isn't just coincidence. When the spine is aligned and the nervous system is unimpeded, everything from hormone regulation to digestion functions more smoothly. And for those suffering from conditions like arthritis, fibromyalgia, or neuropathy, proper sleep positioning can dramatically reduce nightly flare-ups and morning inflammation. It's also worth mentioning that sleep posture doesn't just affect pain during sleep or upon waking. It influences posture during the day. If your body spends a third of its time twisted or compressed, those patterns carry over into waking hours, leading to stooped posture, uneven gait, or compensatory muscle patterns that strain joints and increase fall risk. Chiropractors see this often in seniors who unconsciously lean forward while walking or who develop rounded shoulders due to tight pectoral muscles and weak upper back support, all of which can stem from how they sleep. These insights make it clear that sleep posture is not a minor detail. It's a foundational pillar of spinal and overall health in aging adults. As we continue exploring the best positions for spinal longevity, the most supportive tools for nighttime alignment, and the daily habits that reinforce healthy posture, it becomes obvious that there is immense power in taking control of your sleep environment. When chiropractors delve deeper into the long-term consequences of poor sleeping positions, especially the one most detrimental to seniors, stomach sleeping, they explain that the ramifications extend beyond just back or neck pain. In fact, one of the lesser-known but highly impactful outcomes of unhealthy sleep posture is its effect on the autonomic nervous system, the part of your nervous system responsible for regulating critical and voluntary functions like heart rate, digestion, and respiratory rhythm. When the spine is under chronic pressure from awkward angles during sleep, especially in positions where the neck is rotated for hours or the lumbar spine is forced into an exaggerated arch, this stress can compress nerves and reduce parasympathetic tone. The parasympathetic system is what helps your body rest, digest, and repair. So when this system is suppressed, it can leave you feeling unrest even after what seems like a full night's sleep. Chiropractors often hear seniors complain that they feel exhausted in the morning despite spending 8 hours in bed. That's because poor spinal positioning means their nervous system has remained in a low-grade fight-or-flight state throughout the night. Over weeks and months, this leads to elevated blood pressure, hormonal imbalances, poor glucose regulation, and even worsened symptoms of chronic illness like diabetes or arthritis. Even worse, the reduced circulation and lymphatic flow associated with compressed joints and twisted muscles can hinder the body's natural detoxification process, which is most active during deep sleep. That means your body's ability to clear out inflammation, cellular waste, and metabolic byproducts becomes impaired, further accelerating aging. Chiropractors frequently assess the alignment of the cervical spine, especially in older adults who report frequent headaches, brain fog, or dizziness. These symptoms are often linked to vertebral subluxations or tight muscles that limit blood flow to the brain during sleep. Sleeping with the neck twisted, as stomach sleepers must do to breathe, not only creates muscular tension, but can also cause misalignment that subtly restricts arterial flow. This is especially dangerous in seniors who may already have a degree of vascular narrowing due to age. It's no surprise, then, that correcting sleep posture often results in better mental clarity, reduced headaches, and a sense of more restful, rejuvenating sleep. Chiropractors also observe that seniors who don't address their sleep positions tend to develop chronic facial adhesions. These are areas where the connective tissue that supports your muscles, bones, and organs becomes stiff or glued together due to a lack of movement or sustained compression. The result is reduced range of motion, joint stiffness, and even the feeling of being stuck in a certain posture. Many older adults unconsciously adapt to this stiffness by changing how they move, walk, or stand, which can lead to compensatory injuries, especially in the knees, hips, and shoulders. These secondary issues are frequently misdiagnosed as isolated joint problems, when in reality, they are symptoms of a sleep posture problem that started years ago. Chiropractors work with patients to reverse these patterns by introducing gentle mobility exercises, postural corrections, and most importantly, retraining sleep habits. For example, seniors who consistently sleep on their sides with their shoulder rolled underneath often develop impingement or even rotator cuff issues. That's because the constant pressure on the shoulder compresses the joint, inflames the tendons, and limits circulation over time. By simply learning to support the arm with a pillow or adjusting shoulder position, many people can prevent or even reverse these painful issues. Likewise, lower back pain from side sleeping can be greatly alleviated by maintaining pelvic alignment with a firm pillow between the knees, keeping the spine in a straight, neutral position. The mattress itself plays a pivotal role in whether sleep posture becomes a problem or a solution. Chiropractors often recommend medium-firm mattresses that provide support without being too rigid, and they stress that what feels comfortable isn't always what's best for spinal health. A mattress that feels soft and cozy may allow the pelvis to sink too far, especially in seniors who may carry more weight in their midsection, creating an exaggerated curve in the lower spine and leading to compression. Over time, this not only strains muscles and ligaments, but can also worsen herniated discs or spinal stenosis. Chiropractors use tools like pressure mapping and spinal analysis to help patients find the right sleeping surface, and they often emphasize the value of trying mattresses before purchasing or choosing adjustable beds that can be fine-tuned to individual needs. Another concern tied to poor sleep posture is disrupted breathing, especially sleep apnea. Seniors who sleep on their backs without proper pillow support often let their jaw fall open and tongue shift backward, partially blocking the airway. When combined with poor neck alignment, this creates a dangerous situation where oxygen levels dip repeatedly during the night, taxing the heart and increasing the risk of stroke or cognitive decline. Chiropractors coordinate with sleep specialists in these cases, but also provide postural interventions, such as specialized wedge pillows or head positioning training, that significantly improve airway integrity during sleep. And while back sleeping is often touted as the best position for spinal health, it only works if done correctly with appropriate leg elevation and neck support. Otherwise, even back sleeping can lead to lower back pain or neck tension. The key point chiropractors drive home is that no sleeping position is perfect on its own. It must be paired with strategic support, awareness of spinal alignment, and ongoing adjustments based on how your body responds. What worked at 40 may not work at 65, and regular reassessment is crucial. Seniors are encouraged to view their sleep setup the same way they view medication regimens or dietary plans, with deliberate attention, regular reevaluation, and professional input. Because sleep is not passive, it's one of the most biologically active times in your day, when healing, regulation, and restoration occur. If that time is spent in positions that damage rather than heal, the cumulative toll can be profound. That's why chiropractors place such a strong emphasis on sleep education during consultations with older adults, equipping them with practical tools to take control of their health every night, in the simplest way, by how they sleep. What chiropractors ultimately want every senior to understand is that the position you sleep in every night is not a minor lifestyle choice. It's a powerful determinant of your overall spinal health, systemic well-being, and even your quality of life as you age. When seniors unknowingly adopt or maintain sleeping habits that continuously stress the spine, they're not just risking back discomfort or the occasional neck crick. They're setting in motion a cascade of musculoskeletal dysfunctions that can subtly but surely lead to serious chronic pain, reduced mobility, and even loss of independence. For instance, one of the first things chiropractors notice in older patients who sleep poorly is how posture begins to deteriorate during the day. Shoulders round forward, the head juts out, and the curvature of the lower spine becomes more pronounced. These are not just aesthetic issues. They change your body's biomechanics, putting extra load on the joints, muscles, and ligaments. Over time, this leads to chronic inflammation, reduced joint lubrication, and the onset of degenerative conditions like spinal osteoarthritis, herniated discs, and sciatica. When these patients are asked about their daily activities, many report no particular trauma or strain. But upon examining sleep routines, chiropractors discover that for 8 hours every night, their bodies are being bent, compressed, or twisted into damaging positions that negate all the good done by exercise, therapy, or medication during the day. This is especially disheartening because the solution is so often within reach. Chiropractors don't just adjust the spine. They teach patients how to prevent the misalignments from returning, and sleep is the first place to look. One of the most important concepts they emphasize is the idea of active rest. Resting in a position that supports your spine's natural curves and fosters relaxation and healing. This involves using the right pillow height to keep the head aligned with the spine, supporting the knees to maintain pelvic neutrality, and ensuring the shoulders and hips are not compressed. For seniors, this may require a complete rethinking of how they've slept for decades. But once the changes are implemented, the improvements can be dramatic. Sleep becomes more restorative, pain diminishes, mental clarity improves, and many find they no longer need to rely as heavily on pain relievers or sleep aids. Chiropractors often share the story of older patients who, after correcting their sleep posture, not only experience physical relief, but also regain confidence in their bodies. This confidence is critical because many seniors internalize the belief that decline is inevitable. But when they realize that simple changes, like shifting from stomach to side sleeping with proper support, can transform their mornings from stiff and sluggish to refreshed and mobile, their mindset changes. They begin to see aging not as a downhill slide, but as a stage of life that can still be vibrant, active, and pain-free. Another aspect chiropractors highlight is how spinal misalignment from poor sleep affects the immune system. When vertebral pressure interferes with nerve signaling, the immune response can become dysregulated. This makes seniors more susceptible to infection, slower to heal, and more prone to autoimmune flare-ups. By realigning the spine and supporting it during sleep, the body's natural defense mechanisms are better able to function. In fact, many older adults report fewer colds, reduced allergy symptoms, and even better digestion after improving their sleeping habits. This is because the nervous system and immune system are intricately linked, and the spine is the highway through which that communication travels. Chiropractors also caution seniors not to assume that pain upon waking is just old age. If you're waking up with more stiffness than you had when you went to bed, your sleep setup is likely the culprit. And while adjusting your sleeping position might take time and patience, especially if you're breaking a decades-old habit like sleeping on your stomach, the rewards are well worth it. It's not just about reducing pain. It's about extending your mobility, independence, and vitality well into your later years. Many chiropractors work hand in hand with physical therapists, sleep specialists, and geriatricians to create comprehensive plans that involve better mattresses, ergonomic pillows, pre-bedtime stretches, and even cognitive training to help reinforce new sleep patterns. They may recommend gradual transitions. For example, if you've been sleeping on your stomach your whole life, start by spending 15 to 20 minutes on your side with a body pillow, gradually increasing the time over several nights. Behavioral techniques, such as associating new positions with calming rituals, like a gentle meditation or herbal tea, can reinforce the change neurologically. And over time, your body adapts. What once felt unnatural becomes your new normal, and your spine finally gets the alignment it's needed for decades. Chiropractors are also strong advocates for sleep education among family members and caregivers. They encourage adult children to be mindful of how their aging parents sleep, as subtle signs like excessive daytime sleepiness, chronic complaints of neck or back pain, or even mood swings and memory lapses can stem from something as seemingly benign as sleep posture. Educating caregivers on proper bed setup, support tools, and gentle repositioning can make a tremendous difference in the quality of life for aging loved ones. Ultimately, the message chiropractors want seniors to hear loud and clear is this: the power to protect your spine and your health each night is in your hands. You don't need expensive treatments, complicated regimens, or invasive procedures to make a real difference. Sometimes it begins with simply rolling to the side, slipping a pillow between your knees, and letting your body rest in the alignment it was always meant to. And if that one sleeping position has been sabotaging your spine for years, now you know how to fix it and take back your mornings, your movement, and your vitality. At Healthful Living 60 Plus, we believe every senior deserves to wake up feeling strong, supported, and pain-free. That starts with understanding the small daily habits, like how you sleep, that can make a massive difference in your long-term well-being. Keep watching, keep learning, and most importantly, keep taking those small, powerful steps toward a healthier, more empowered you. If this message resonated with you or could help someone you love, don't forget to share it with them and be part of a community that thrives on knowledge and care. This is Healthful Living 60 Plus, where your best years can still be ahead of you.